So Mehdi Hasan was asked on the Piers Morgan show what he would do in Netanyahu's place if he was the prime minister of Israel.
That's a great question. So short answer is I resign, because I'm responsible for that attack. I'm the one who botched security at the border. I'm the one who propped up Hamas with money from Qatar over the years and allowed them to be propped up as a way to divide the Palestinian people.
It definitely wouldn't have mattered who was prime minister, because the reality is that it would have happened anyways, because the fault of what happened on October 7th is with the senior officers of Israel, as well as the military infrastructure, as Malcom Nance, former U.S. intelligence officer, explains, and Professor Mordechai Kedar.
They wouldn't dare attack Israel. And I can almost hear every senior officer up the chain of command going, they might have the capability, but they wouldn't dare. We have a large army. We have a big reaction force. We can level their country.
Information which was wrongly interpreted through the last year about their preparations, about their training, about what they prepare, about everything which they did in order to deceive us, as if it's going to be another day of some disturbances on
Gaza. I think they're trying to erase the resistance in Gaza. I think they're trying to get rid of the people from Gaza. I think this is their, they've mowed the lawn, as they put it in previous wars. This time they're going in to erase the population. There's a plausible genocide.
This video and several others were taken in Gaza just like 1 or 2 days ago before the start of Ramadan. People are not starving. If Israel really wanted to kill off the entire population, they probably wouldn't allow this much food in for people to survive. And of course, they could indiscriminately bomb the whole place with carpet bombs and kill off everybody if they really wanted to, but they're not, because they're not interested in genocide like Mehdi Hasan is saying here.
Prosecuting the war. Right. Bit of a softball to start with. You didn't ask him to condemn Israeli terrorism, Israeli war crimes, Israeli genocide in Gaza.
I think the fact that Israel has told Gazan residents to leave northern Gaza and leave war zones shows that Israel is not interested in annihilating the population.
أنا موجود في شارع صلاح الدين جنوب حي الزيتون. إحنا اليوم فتحنا شارع صلاح الدين كممر إنساني لمواطنين شمال القطاع. أنا بطلب كمان مرة لكل مواطنين شمال القطاع ومدينة غزة، انزلوا جنوب وادي غزة. شمال القطاع ومدينة غزة هي منطقة خرب، منطقة خطيرة جدا.
Which is to say, if you kill civilians for a political cause, you are a terrorist. On that basis, Hamas have committed acts of terror and Israel have committed acts of terror.
You can't compare Hamas to Israel. Hamas purposely went into a supernova concert and killed off any kind of civilian they could see, indiscriminately raping, murdering, and abducting people. While Israel, on the other hand, does strategic strikes on only military targets, and unfortunately sometimes there's civilian casualties. But that's what war is.
Genocide in the Middle East.
And here's Mehdi Hasan quoting off Hamas numbers, which is not even accurate or even close to the truth.
In which 12,500 children minimum have been killed in the space of a few months.
Hamas Spencer here from West Point explains the number.
Hamas generated number from the Gaza Health Ministry includes 0 combatants killed. So it includes every Hamas fighter who has died in the war. So there's not 30,000 civilians that have died. And there's really no way to know the number.
Also, Hamas purposely fights in jeans and civilian clothing in order to, when they die, they count as civilians and not militants who are killed.
But yeah, even if it was 30,000, if you subtract the number of combatants that, if you don't believe Israel for some reason and you just want to take a terrorist's numbers, how many combatants have died versus non-combatants? But the question is, Carolyn, is if that's the number, but you're saying it's too much.